live again. Tammy, hopefully this is working. She's going to bring this up here and take 2. Okay, I'm hoping this is going to work. We're just making sure that we're live before I start again. So if you are here, if you got kicked off, it looked like my video ended. And we are going to do the 31 Days of Joy. I really hope this is going to work. Are we live? It says that I'm live. And so Tammy's going to bring this up. So thank you if you're coming back. It looks like we have no idea what's going on. Our internet is working here, but we got kicked off. So hopefully we will start this again. Hi, I'm Teresa. Welcome everybody. And hopefully we will be able to make a really fun project today together. This is the At-Home Teresa Collins virtual event. And what I'm so excited about this class and this workshop is it's intentional. And if anyone knows me, I always say it's more than a pretty paper. So I want to preface this. So if you're watching this live with me or if you're taking this workshop later, I just want you to know that I do have all the instructions tag by tag. In fact, there are 43 tags in my book. And you're going to be able to download and get each of these because here's the thing. I always say make it your own. If you want to do it exactly the way I did it, you can. There's actually a project kit that you can download and do the exact same papers, or you can just use it as inspiration and create your own. And that's what I love about that. We're going to talk about journaling. I'm going to go over some of my handwriting. I love to journal, and I want to give you some tips and tricks that I really love. So this is workshop 1 of our weekend event. So tomorrow you can join me and take more classes. And I will be posting all of my videos on my YouTube channel. So if you're not subscribed, or if you're watching this on YouTube right now, make sure you subscribe and you like the video. And even better, leave me a comment. Let me know right now if you're enjoying this. And if you like projects like this, this is my 31 Days of Joy. And I want to kind of like just show you, this is the project. Here again is page by page. I know that some people really like to do exactly how I've done it, and that's awesome. If you want to do it on your own, that's completely fine too. I've got all my stuff here to kind of go page by page and to show you what I actually did so that you can do something similar or you can change it up. It's completely up to you. But I want you to know that what inspired this was, one, it's the holidays and it's Christmas. And, you know, I look at this and I think about joy. So you can see here, my front says 31 days that brings me joy. And what I wanted to do was to focus on our daily outlook on seeking and documenting joy. So as you look through this, I actually did more than 31 tags. I really wanted to document the real and every day. What is sparking joy within you? Like daily, are you seeking to find that joy? And on the days that maybe it's a little bit harder, what did you see that still brought you, you know, the joy? So I want you to follow your joy. I want you to enjoy the small things in your life. And I want you to not only bring joy to yourself, but I want you to bring joy to others. And we're going to talk about different ways that can happen. Now, when I go through this page by page, I did want you to know that I have went through, and on every day so far, I have used on the back of my tags, and you can kind of see here, let's bring this a little closer so that maybe you can see the writing. I talked about the things that brought me joy. So here's my day 1. And you guys, you know me, I love photos. In fact, don't laugh, but I took a photo right before I went live, you guys. Here's a photo of me today. Because here's the thing, like, we need to document the real. And this was taken probably on my Instax about 5 minutes before we went live. And it's so important that we are putting ourselves in our story. So you can see here, I'm going to go through the entire class with you. And also, we have another video that makes it a little bit smaller. I've got tag books within my book. I have also some of I love my coloring pencils. So if you have your coloring pencils, If you're like me, I love to color in, and that's a great way for me to get artistic and add color on certain things. I also have my new rub-ons, and so when you're seeing the rub-ons here, let's go back out. Here we go. You can see like Plan on It, Life is Beautiful. You guys, my rub-ons are so good. It actually looks like it's part of the paper, but it's a rub-on. And so this is, and every one of my 30, actually I take that back, 43 pages are tags. And so I've utilized the front and the back, and I documented that daily joy. And I'm going to kind of go over these page by page. You can see this one right here is actually an envelope, so you can put tags, you could put photos, you can do whatever you want to inside that. And I love doing things like this. And again, you can use any of the papers. You can use some of my Christmas papers. You can use, this could be anything you want to. This was day 8, which was yesterday, and this is day 9. And I even documented this today. It snowed, you guys. It snowed like crazy today. Lots of glorious snow. This brought me joy. I got to work with Tammy today, and we've laughed a lot, and so this has really brought me a lot of joy today. And knowing that I was going to be here teaching this workshop, and so I just want to kind of go over these to show you that there's no wrong way, there's no right way. If you want to do it exactly like I did, I want to just kind of show you an overview of this workshop. So you can see here it's quite large. It's got lots of pages. I'm actually going to zoom out just a little bit. Here we go. So you can see. It's quite large. It has, like I said, 43 tags. You could add more. You could add less. It's completely up to you how you want to do this. Now, I want to show that I actually did most of mine with a gold eyelet that I set. And so you could do this, but also if you would prefer, you could use like the large rings. When I do tag books, I change it up how I want to do it. So I love the gold ones. I've used a gold one in my project, but also we have the silver. And then I did bind mine all together with this beautiful ribbon. Now, when I add ribbon to assemble my tag books in this particular one, I wanted to show you what I use, because this is one of my favorite green colors, but a lot of people will ask me what type of ribbon do I prefer, and I will tell you it's right here. This is a 1-inch double face satin. I find that it's just so easy and nice to tie. So I'm going to just kind of show you. I get a lot of people asking me about tie-in ribbon, and so when I did all of my tags, I just simply put all of my tags in here, and then I close it up, and then I take my ribbon, and I like to add a lot of ribbon, and I just simply take it and I tighten it, and then when I'm done with getting my ribbon the way it looks, I kind of prefer to have like one side longer than the other. I always kind of cut my edges here, but so that they don't, come undone. After I'm done assembling my book, I do like a double. And so I just want to do that. Like something like if I was teaching in person in a class, I would go over that. And I like my ribbons to kind of go down, if you can see that, and hang down low. And if you like that, so that's just a little bit, because I know we will get people like, what kind of ribbon do you like? What do you like to use? And so again, this is a 1-inch double-sided satin. This is a green that I love. And so, but you could use anything you want. Now, the other thing that I use to do this kit, I just wanted to kind of show you what I did is I would suggest that whatever you're going to use for your tags, this is the project kit papers that I use. I actually designed it to go with this class. So if you have that and you've printed it out, great. And you'll be able to, like I said, you'll be able to follow along. You'll be able to cut these out. And you can just kind of see here that what I did is these are on the number one thing that people always ask, what do you print it on? I like to print it on cardstock weight paper. This is 110-pound white, a bright white cardstock paper. You could also, it's really up to you, because I wanted my books to be sturdy. So you can see this. I also, you can see here that I'm going to kind of show you that I've cut some of these out. You also get all the prompts. And so if you are like me and you like to journal and you want to, customize, I gave you some that are blank, but you can really use any of the stickers that you have. You can see some of the journaling on here is this sparks joy. Think about what sparks joy with you. My favorite show, this makes me joyous, home for the holidays, appreciate this, 31 days, look for the abundance. So anywhere you see in my project where I've used these, it came from this printout, but you can also use your own stickers, or the blank labels. Now, when you see pages like this, if you happen to have die cuts make a great a tag book. And so I just designed some of these. And one of the things I like to do when I create these is sometimes I will cut these out as a tag, sometime individually. In the instruction sheet, I talked about using gold adhesive dots. Now, I got these at Joann Fabric and Crafts. I don't know if they still have them, but it's an adhesive. So I love to take paper flowers. And so a little tip is you just want to put that adhesive right in the center. And look how that just, it just adds that pop to it. I'm a big fan of adding those. The other thing that I did on mine is you're going to see that I have wreaths and I have all these fun things. And I actually use these in tags throughout my projects. So if you like those kind of things, I'm just kind of showing you what was in the project kit. Again, if you have Christmas paper, Santas, sometimes I would cut around, like the Santa I used in my project. I used this I went around the Santa image. But other times I actually cut it out to be just like the tag. And so I wanted to show you that you're going to want a hole punch for your tags. And so when I did mine, I actually... and I'm going to just kind of go over this now. Like, for example, if you want to add the gold, you guys, who does not like the gold on top of your tag? So if you want to do that, I did do that on several of mine. I didn't do on all of those, but I just want to show you. So if you've ever used the crocodile, you know that you're just going to put you're just going to set it by squeezing it. Hopefully I can show this. There we go. And voila, I have set this. And isn't that cute? Like, it adds that little touch. Now, when you go through my book, and I just want to show you that you could keep the tag. I love keeping the tags like this. But sometimes I wanted to look like a tag, so I'd go like this. Now, I'm going to be honest with you. Some of you are going to go, wait a minute. You're going to go, Teresa, like, I have to have it exact. So if you want to have it exact, you can take the other edge and you can just place it on top here and cut it. Oops, here we go, right here. And line this up on the opposite side of where you cut it. And then you're going to have the exact same measurements or close to it. Having exact might be. So then you've got, and oh, I can even tell I didn't even get it exact. So I'm that girl that I'm going to eyeball it, you guys. And so this is one way to do your tags. So if you like that, another way that I wanted to show you that I like to do is I have another tag here, okay? So this is my 8 snowflakes that was cut from the paper. So another thing I love to do is these are, they call them reinforcements, and I like to put these, so in case you don't want to really like do eyelets, I think it looks really good and more professional if you will take your reinforcements. I'm using white. They come in different colors. And I like to do mine on both sides. So I love, oh, there you go. I was doodling on the back of this, but there you go. There you go. Can you see that? So hopefully that's a couple options for when you're making your tags, if you want to do that. And so you can see when I was going through my pages here, I can just kind of go through. You also have pattern papers. Now, you can use those. You can use the ones I did. But when you're looking at the kit, like, is this not the cutest paper? Like, I am dying over this project kit. And I wanted to give you a lot of different things that you can use. So if something speaks to you, use it. If it doesn't, and I also wanted to design this project kit to where if you happen to get these, you would say, oh, not only can I use these tags in my project, but I can use these actually for my gifts. And you can cut these out because I don't know about you, but like I found it harder and harder to find things this year at Christmas. It seems like the stores are already out of the cutest, things that I wanted to use for my gifting. And so I designed this to where you could literally, I love things that can be used more than one way. So that means you could decide and say, hey, I'm going to wrap my gifts and use this. And so today, when we're doing this class, I want you to know that like, not only did I use it in this tag book, but then I used these same things. And so did Tammy. I'm going to show you something. So if you're coming to the event the next couple weeks, like look what Tammy did. She used the same tags. Isn't this cute? And she gave me a gift. I'm going to open up her gifts to me in the next videos and stuff. But like, look how cute that is. And so we're going to talk about those things. So using those and if you have these, like how cute is this? It's timeless. You're never going to get rid of those. So hopefully that inspires you to be able to see, like you're going to be able to use the tags in various ways. Tammy used some of the same ribbon that I used. She actually cut one of the tags into a pendant. And like, how cute is this for gifting? So hopefully you will like that. Now, so I just wanted to kind of go through some of the prints with you and to show you, like, this is, for example, where when I give you the measurements, you can see that I literally cut my tags from these prints. So it looks a lot more complicated than it is. And so that is something that you're going to love. So when you see this page here, just so you know, I created 5 different tags from one page or elements, and the same thing here. So when you see on my instructions, a tag here, if you're using this line, you can see that or whatever you want to do. But the most important part that I want to preface to you is for you to use the items that speak to you, the items that spark joy for you. Now, I deliberately designed this project kit, and when these are printable PDFs, which means you just print them out on your own computer, right? So on the back of each of these, they're not double-sided. And I did that for a reason. The white background is because I am journaling on the back of those, okay? And so you can see there's more like the fun patterns that I'm just really excited about that I used in my project and more. Okay, so now it is time to get busy. Now, if you have papers, you can do it with me. So instead of like going page by page, we knew that like I didn't want to confuse anybody. So right after this workshop or this video is done, you're going to be able to have a link. We are going to have the video up on YouTube for later for you to see. If you're not following me, Teresa Collins Studio, or if you're watching this on YouTube right now, do me a favor, like it, leave a comment. I love reading your comments. I love hearing from you, and you'll be able to like have the exact measurements. Now, I just have to preface this before I go. I usually design a project and then I measure after. I'm not the girl that's like, it has to be 6 by 2 1/4. That's not me. So when I give you these measurements, do you have to do it exactly like this? Absolutely not. Go with what you feel. More important, I hope that you will do this project with whatever papers that you want, in whatever way you want to do it, in a way that is reminding you of your Christmas 2021. Or if you're watching this next year, 2022, or whatever. Or maybe you're not even doing it for Christmas and you're going to do 21 days of joy, to where you are focusing on those things that I feel truly like are life-changing when you're looking for ways to find joy and to spread joy. So thank you for being here, and we're going to get started. So a couple of the things that you're going to want is a tree template. So my papers had a tree printed out already, but if not, if you want to do a cover, you'll just simply get a tree, whether it's a die cut, whatever you want to do. Or you could freehand a tree that, that you like. So on my front and my back, I have the tree shape. So I'm going to go a little bit here to kind of show you what I have. So I have the tree shape. And what I did, you guys, is after I printed out my tree on my cardstock, I actually did, this is another pattern that I use on the back side. So I did it double because I just thought it looked really pretty to have the double. And I did that for my front, and I'll just say kind of like my back cover. Now, normally when I teach, I like to just show one page at a time because I know it makes it a little bit more visually interesting, or not only that, but it makes it a little bit easier for you to see what I'm doing. So I just wanted to preface that mine's together with the ribbon. I found this beautiful wreath at just a hobby store probably a year ago. And so any kind of little wreath, but you can also take the twigs of it and put it in a circle and make your own little wreath. I've got some gold ribbon there. And so my first tag, and so when you get your instructions, and if you do your instructions with me, my first tag is the 31 days that brings me joy. So when you see this, though, it is going to be, it doesn't have 31 days, this brings me joy, because this was this, and I just put my journaling sheets on top of it. So I just wanted to point that out. So when I find my instructions, I'm just going to kind of go over it. And again, I'm doing this so that you can always kind of see what I've done, go over the tips and tricks, but then you can go back, watch this video, and actually cut things out so that you can, have it. So I'm not even going to, even though I have my ruler here, and I said you would probably want a ruler, what I did is I kind of just tried to make it like very interactive visually. The interior decorator in me is always looking for something that like looks visually. So you can see here, tag number 1 is greenery with the ornaments. Now, I deliberately waited to show you. So this is, this tag right here is 3 inches wide by 2.5 inches high. Now, obviously for everybody at home, this would take hours to get done. So I just kind of wanted to go, this workshop tonight is basically an overview so that you can get those things and do those. But I want you to be able to just kind of get the more, if that makes sense. So I'm using my Teresa Collins coloring pencil. So let's say you wanted to color in the leaves green. Look how pretty this is, you guys. So I'm just coloring in my leaves here. So that's the really cool thing with printables. Like maybe you love green. I love green. But if you don't, you could have kept it black and white. So what I'm going to do right now is show you, like on this first tag, again, and we decided to put the instructions up after so that people weren't trying to get confused. But you will have all that as soon as this is over. It will be posted, just so you know, if anybody's asking. So these are look how pretty this is, you guys. These are the best colors. So if you happen to have the Teresa Collins coloring pencils, you know that these are amazing. And so I'm using the green here. And then you can also go back in and you can color in, I think I'm going to keep this the way it is. But the really cool thing about this is you can then just punch a hole in the center of your tags and go tag by tag. So when you're looking at your instructions, I just want you to know I went exactly in order. If this is, again, if you wanted to kind of go in order, that's totally fine. So this was my tag 1. Now tag 2, again, is my tree. If you got the project kit, it is a tree right here. But just so you know, if you didn't, go online, Google a tree. I have die cuts also that you can just, cut out the shape. But I did want to give you kind of the measurements of my tree for those of you who maybe, so my width, or it was 5.5 at the widest part of my tree. And just to give you a little, my tree is about 9 inches tall. So 9 by, because I know it's kind of hard to kind of see that. And so then it's my double-sided tree. Now, again, if you wanted to add a photo, or if you wanted to add any of these other things, you could. So all of these are the little tags that I gave in the kit, but you can use whatever you want to. And look how cute this is. You could add journaling strips. You could add anything that you wanted to. So I just wanted to point that out. Like you could document this, or you can also use on the back of the backside. Now, page number, or I should say tag number 3 is the December Daily Joy 2021. So I wanted to show you, like, so for example, this one is 3 1/4 inch wide by 3 1/2. So I gave you my exact measurements, but again, you may get it and you could be like me and just like, I am going to cut this. And you guys, there's no rules. You can cut your tags and they can be any size. So that is one thing I want you to know, like whatever you're using to create your December Daily Joy, you do not have to have the exact measurements. And then again, I like the bigger size holes. People always ask, do I like the smaller? I would recommend going with the larger size hole or your hole punch, because you want to be able to, however you're going to assemble your book, you could always assemble it again with the ribbon, or you could assemble it like this. And so you can see here that this one isn't the same measurement as this, but that's okay. And so I want to, even though I'm giving you the measurements, I'm only doing that because I know some people might want to do something similar. Now, the next tag is It's Time to Look for Joy. This is my tag number 4. And I did this one because it says 31 days of December, and this actually kicked off my number 1. Now, more important than the size of your tags is what you're going to put on your tags. So for the back of my tag number 4, I used one of my pieces here, and I put my journaling prompts, I should say, and it says, look for the abundance. And this was the first day of December, and I dated it, and I actually have a photo of me and my daughter. This is Taylor, and I put, today I talked to Taylor. She made her massive goal as a brand director. The joy she is feeling literally is everything to me to see her shine. So on the back of my tags is where I've chosen to journal and put my sentiments. And so I'm going to go over that. So I just wanted to show you that because I really love that. And I feel like this is the reason why I'm doing this. So I wanted to show you that. I'm going to go over a little bit of how I do that, and also maybe give you some ideas of things that you can say. Now, the next page this is really fun. So I only did one page like this, but I wanted to show you how you can really make your tag book very interactive. And so what I did here is on this tag, I'm so tempted to undo this. Do you think I should? Do you think it'd make it easier for people to see?
Probably.
Okay, you guys. You know what? I'm going to here, I can always put this back together. So you guys, just to make it easy, because I know how hard it is. So here, you guys, leave a comment if you like that I'm going to undo the book so you can see it a little bit easier. Okay, you guys, so you can see here, I'm undoing my book. Again, this may even show, okay, here we go. You can see, can you see? That maybe even helps them a little bit to be able to see how the album is together, right? So let's show this here. Okay. Oh, I'm really trying to get it to, there we go. Okay, so you can see, like, this is the tag. Does that kind of help a little bit so you can see how I assembled my tag book? And that's why I'm like saying there's no like perfect cut, like if you cut it shorter or you want, but I love this. And then again, like this is all strung together with my ribbon. So I'm going to take this and hopefully keep it in order. And so I'm going to literally take this and undo it so that you can see. By the way, thanks everyone for being here. I'm really excited to announce that you're going to see a lot more project kits and a lot more teaching this way, because I feel like, you know, I'm used to going out and teaching. I'm used to going out and speaking and all that. And with everything kind of the way it's been for the last couple, years, almost couple years, we're going to bring it home to you virtually. So hopefully you love that. Okay. Better apart. Thank you. I'm listening and watching. Okay, so here we go. Okay, so again, this is to kind of show you, this is a cute little wreath here. I'm going to take it step by step. Here's my ribbon. Okay, I'm going to take that and put that to the side. So this is my cute little wreath, and you can see here that I've tied it together, and this is the tag that says 31 days. This brings me joy. And so the good thing about this video is you can watch this over and over and do it with me if you want. My next page is my Christmas tree. You can see it right here. Notice how I have my gold eyelet here, and it's double-sided. You could keep it white on the back, but I just used one of our pattern papers that come in the project kit. And look how cute that is. I just think it's adorable, and I love that. So that is my second page, or I call them tag pages if you're looking at the instruction. So my next page here is December Daily Joy. And again, if you're looking, when you're doing this, if you want to color in this, you could keep it black and white. And so I kind of have a thing for coloring pencils. And so I'm just going to color this in, and you're probably like, oh, she's so crazy. But you guys, I find this brings me joy. And it's so simple to just like color in those leaves. The other thing you could do, if you like to, I call it fussy cut. What do you guys like to call it? But if you like to fussy cut, you could literally like cut in between, if that makes sense, and really go around these things. Again, if you really want a sturdy album, I really recommend that when you print this, do 110-pound cardstock weight. A lot of people tell me they don't like to print at home, and that's okay. If you don't, did you know you can take it and you can actually send it to like Staples and different places if you like, the digital files that are very popular now. So I'm going to just go in a little bit closer, you guys. Isn't this cute? Like, I love that added effect, and I also love the meaning with this. It says your potential is endless. So that is my next tag. So, and just so that I don't get myself confused, you guys, I am literally marking off the tags as I go through them so I don't go through those again. So my next tag is, it's time to look for joy. 31 days. It's time to look for joy. 31 days of December. Now, also, remember when I cut this out, I love the shape of a tag. So if you like that, you can do that. That is the page that I just went over with the journaling. Photos are so important to me. So this is, and I am not, you guys know I'm a Canon girl. I've worked with Canon. I've been a spokesperson for Canon cameras, and I absolutely love Canon. I love Canon, but I absolutely am in love with my Instax Mini 11. It's beautiful. I have one that goes with me. And I literally took a photo, like I said, 10 minutes before I did this class, just to show you, to document the real and the joy right now. So I have this. That is your next tag. And you can kind of see now that it's really a really fun way to document your joy. So now the next one, I really love this page. This is the next one. That is tag number 4. Now you guys look at this. So these are these little embellishments are what I think just gives it so much fun. So I love these little gold, I think they call them bullnose clips. Oops, as I flip it out. But notice this. So this is it was one piece of paper, I think you can see here. So let me give you the measurement so you can kind of see what this was. So this is 8 inches wide, you guys. And what I did is it was 8 by 8. And what I did is then I scored it in half to make a kind of like a pocket. And then I decided to come down at 3 inches and I cut off this 3-inch from the front so that I could then take this piece, and then I glued it still on here. But look how cool that is. Now, I love this. Now, you're probably going to go, well, Teresa, where did you get that 3 that you see there? And also down here where it says plan on it, you're beautiful. This is part of my brand new rub-ons. And I love the rub-ons. I think they're so pretty. It looks like it's part of the paper. I journaled my day 2. And on my day 2, I just expressed joy for my Plan with Intention class that I've done all year long. And it's just given me so much joy. And so I documented that. And so sometimes it doesn't have to be like something that just happened that day, but maybe even that year. And so I glued that on, and then I added the tag Merry Christmas and this brings me joy. And then on the back side, I love this, so I didn't journal on the back of this one, but you could, and I used my journaling strip that says this sparks joy. Now you're going to go, okay, so what is this? So I have this thing for interaction. I love anything that's very interactive. And so what I did is in here, I created another mini book. So what you're going to want to do here, and you're going to see that this is just a gold, one of my gold clips. And what I did is I just took tags. I took tags from the sheets, and you could use any of them. I've got a little wreath here. I've got this really fun one here. I just cut them in different sizes. And oh, is this not the cutest little tag? It says the most wonderful time of the year. How about a gift tag that says to and from? The most wonderful time of the year. By the way, I cut this one on the bottom. I have a thing for fringe. I like to take my scissors and I just kind of clip, 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 clip. And I don't know if you can see that, but it's super cute to do that. And this is from the paper to and from. It's the black and white Christmas tree. How cute is that? And then, of course, we have the fa la la la. Who does not love red? Like that pop of red. I am loving this. I love it. And then here's another tag. The snowflake. You've probably seen this in a lot of my lines. I use a lot of my elements over and over because I love it. And the stocking. So you guys, I just took these directly from the thing and then I added them all. Like, I'm not going to take the time to put them back, but I put them on here. And then inside my book, I have this cute little, another addition. And then to keep it in there, you're just going to put your full nose. You're going to put your gold clip. And that's so simple. And isn't that cute? Like, and I like that the journaling was in there. And so that's just a little way to add a lot of value, a lot of really prettiness in your joy kit. Okay, so now the next one is your joy tag. This is I want to say tag number 6. Now, again, when you get your instructions, you're going to see this. So when you cut this, from your sheet, you're going to see the word joy. I wanted you to really have that boldly in this kit. You can see I've got my eyelet. Again, you do not have to put eyelets on these. In fact, you can just do a hole punch. But if you like that, and then this was my day 3. And this was Friday, was my day 3 of December. And I put here what brought me joy. And I put never forget, time with all 3 of my daughters and Aiden and Lily, dinner at Strap Tank, filled my soul, then sleepover with Gentry and McKay. Now, I purposely want to use this tag to show you ways to make your journaling pop. So what you can see here is day number 3, I journaled, my joy, right? And so what I then do, and it's completely up to you if I like to go and I take my pen. I journal with my pens, right? But then I know that sometimes adding a little bit more to it. So then I have a thing too that I really love, these felt tip pens. Like they're made by Paper Mate. And so I then go and I like to underline what I wrote because it just really gives it that bold look. So as you're seeing here, you can see I just like to do this. So you're going to see throughout, and then notice how the word soul, not only did I write it, I did it in cursive, I did around. I'm actually doing underlining this again. And then it really makes my journaling, kind of stand out, right? So you can see this. But then what I also like to do is sometimes, like, depending on what color of coloring pencil you want to use, like I could use green, I could use gold, I can use, really whatever color. But if you subtly just go in there, like I'm using the green right here, and I just kind of go right above it, I like to go, and I'm telling you, it just really makes your journaling kind of just stand out. I like to even go around the circle a little bit here, and I'm going to go here and here. Look how cute that is. I don't know if you can see that, but look at the difference. Oh, and sometimes I even like to go to my box. Sometimes I color it in, and sometimes just go around it. Now, again, that's why I'm kind of addicted to coloring pencils. I feel like it gives it that subtle color without being way in your face. Sometimes when you're using markers, it can be a little bit bold. And my style and who I am, I'm a little bit more, subtle. Right? So hopefully that showed you. I tried to zoom in on that to show you. When you're journaling, one of the things I do recommend is journal for you. Don't journal because you feel like you have to say something that you don't feel. For me, I want you to know from years and years being in the creative industry, I found, and I did find a lot of people were doing fake journaling, and they wanted the pretty journaling, and they would say things that weren't even really, didn't mean anything to them. Well, what kind of project is that? Like, for me, like, you may be having a really hard day, and on your 31 days of joy, you may say, like, today was a hard day, but I found joy in coming home to a warm house, or I found joy today in being able to drink my favorite coffee or soda or whatever. And I really feel like when you get real, like for me, I will look back on this and go, oh, you know, I really enjoyed that time with my daughters. And then I had a sleepover with Gentry and McKay. And those are the kind of things that I think that are real and authentic. So when you're doing your project, it really doesn't matter the papers you're using. It doesn't really matter. What matters is that you're being intentional with what is bringing you joy and looking for that. Because when you look for something, you're going to find it. If you look for that, the good, you know, in those attentions, I promise you it is going to bring more to light. And like today, I'm going to be honest, I guess one of our breakers in our house is not working. And it was crazy because we were trying to figure out what was going on. We didn't have power in certain parts of the house. And I looked at Tammy. Tammy flew in from, Washington, from New York last night. And I just looked at her and I was like, wow, there's a lot of crazy things that are going wrong. But there's so much joy in today. Like, instead of like going, oh, this is going wrong. And just kind of even like laughing about it and going, okay, it's okay. So one of the things that I love about this book is, one, I literally love these papers. I love these papers. But whatever paper you use, like what if it sparks joy, if it makes you want to look at your tag book, then I love it. Okay, so I call this the pine cone paper. And so this is a 8.5 by 11 sheet that was in my kit. And so I just cut this down to, it's 5 1/4 wide by 8 inches high. I really wanted big tags. You guys, this is a big tag book. So again, the front side, I can add photos. By the way, I am going to be adding photos and different things, but I didn't want to add too much before I taught the class because I knew that it might be, you know, you might not be able to like see all the goodies and stuff. And so this was one of my favorite papers in the kit. So then on the back side, this is my day 4. Now remember when I showed you earlier that the flower was on the PDF, and I literally put this beautiful, beautiful, beautiful sticker to give it dimension. You could also do pop-up dots. When you're having such a big, large tag book, you don't necessarily need to do the pop-ups because you maybe don't want it too big, and that can work. Now, on the back of this tag, I put the reason why, and again, you could put anything. So that's why I didn't even want you. I could put document this. I've got my double-sided tape that works. If you want your journaling to stick out, you guys, you know, what I really love to do is I like to circle things. I like to just make those pop. So I wanted to show you, I'm going to take my piece of paper right here to kind of show you some ways that you can make journaling fun. So some people, like, you can always just do, I'm going to use this green marker here just to kind of show you the lines, okay? Now, if you've taken a class from me before, you know that, like, I am really big on, like, I like to mix up my writing. So, for example, I like to put, like, I will put a big, a small, and then sometimes I will do, like, a big. Look at that. Like, I always say there's no rules. And then I will sometimes even, like, circle it. So, that's the really cool thing. So, if you want your journaling to stand out, you could, like, do a double circle. You can do words. I also like to do like joy in the, and then I will change it up and use like literally cursive in the middle of like a print, right? And then and I always like to do the dots. I do stars. Like for me, my journaling is a real reflection of me. Now, sometimes I like to get like, one of the fun things is if when you journal, you can go from the top to the bottom, like slay, like, okay, ooh, I know what, I'm gonna put seek. Watch this. So I'll go seek, and I'm going from the top to the bottom, seek joy, right? Like, look how cute that is, you guys. And that is so simple, but look at the difference by adding, you know, you can change up your journaling and you can really, you know, make it look like you, okay? You could also put like stars in here. You could do cursive and fill up the whole space, like love. Or you can just like, again, like, you know, talk about lower, find the real joy in each, there's a cursive, day. Now, I don't normally put all this much, but you could. And I just wanted to kind of give you some, you know, little things that you might want to work with. And then, again, you could use your coloring pencil to go back in and color in things like your stars or, you know, going around certain words. And so that's just a little bit. I know we don't have a crazy long time, but I just wanted to show you that. It's just a little practice of, you know, with your journaling. Okay, now we are going to go. The next page is so easy, you guys. Your next tag, you know, my tag number 8 was a Santa. I cut out the Santa. How cute is he? You guys, he's so cute, right? Is he just the cutest little thing? So I did not color him in. You could. And then here you go. There's journaling, my day number 5. I took the day off, you guys, and I watched Hallmark movies nonstop all day. And my husband drove home from Vegas, and that brought me joy. You guys, that's what it's about. Like Hallmark movies nonstop. I had so much joy, you know, on Sunday, the 5th. I loved it. And so how cute is that, right? Okay, so that was my next tag. The next one that I did was, it was a tag that's fa la la, and it says December 6th. I had lunch at the garage. Brian got his booster vaccine we had to go to the cabin for a quick to see how everything was going. And I just said today was full of joy and gratitude. I was just so grateful and for that time. And so that was December 6th on my fa la la. My next page is really fun. So I want to show you how I love to do this. And so hopefully I can show you. So when you get your pattern papers, I'm actually going to grab one really quick to just kind of show you like, so if you are, whatever paper you're using, I'm actually going to even just use this really. I'm not even going to use that same paper, even though I have it printed. I'm going to take this. So depending on your printer, or sometimes it will print all the way to the edge and sometimes it's not. And we often get questions because we have a lot of printables section on our website. And I love printables because I just think it's really fun to be able to use it forever. And I'm kind of timeless in my designs. I am timeless with my designs. So I just want to show that, like, for me, I did this tag. If you look on your thing, it said that it is 10 inches wide by 8, which is 10 right here, by 8 inches high. So let me just do 8 inches. Let's go here. And actually, I'm going to cut 8 inches from the top. So that's 10 by 8 to create this. Okay, so I just wanted a 10 by 8. Okay, so, and by the way, I keep all of my extra papers because, again, you can make tags any size that you want to. And again, you can change it to be borderless. I just saw that reminder of like, it's everybody's printer is different. So I want to just kind of show you this. So here is the paper here. So for this particular page, I want to show that to create this is 8 inches tall by 10 inches wide. And then I guess I did cut that a little bit, not as wide. Okay, so then in order to make it a pocket, so this is double-sided, just like this. Okay, so I did do my adhesive only on the top. Oh gosh, am I out of you know, it would help if I was not out of my adhesive. I used it. Okay, never mind. There we go. It's okay. I'm out of my adhesive. Okay, here we go. Let's just use the art glitter. You guys, I love the art glitter. This is my favorite. It dries clear and it's perfect. Tammy, if I can get my lid off. Can you try to get the lid off? Tammy, I'm like, Tammy, can you get the lid off? So basically what I'm going to do while she's trying to do this, so I am going to put adhesive here and here. So this remains a pocket here. And then on the very top, I'm going to also punch a hole because then it's also a tag paper. How cool is that? Oh, thank you. Was it a new bottle and I hadn't opened it?
Yeah.
Oh, never mind. It was a new bottle that I was like, why isn't it open? So, but yeah, I always say like, use whatever items that you love and use. And, you know, sometimes for me, I love a good double-sided tape. I love my adhesive runner. As you can tell, I go through a lot of that. And I kind of, you probably can't see this, but I have all my tools right here. So when I'm home working in my home office studio, I have everything that I use and love. And this space in my house brings me joy. And so the only joy it doesn't give me is when I have to clean it. Because I'm a messy crafter. Am I a messy crafter?
Yeah, but just pretend you have glue.
Oh, I guess she said the glue is the glue being weird. Okay, I can use another glue. We're just going to use another tacky glue. Okay, so I'm going to, let's go here. I'm going to put, she's saying the top is being really funny. We'll get it off. Okay. Are you kidding me? Okay, here we go. The glue. I'm having issues with glue tonight, you guys. For real. Are you kidding me? Tammy, what is going on with my glue? I'm not kidding. This is like crazy. Okay, you know what? Like round
crafter.
I don't even know what kind of crafter I am. I'm gonna fire myself. I'm literally gonna be like, what in the world? Okay, you know what? Let's get some other tape. Yes, we're just gonna use this tape. It's a double-sided tape, and I do think it's gonna work. So here you go. So you can see here, I got my top going, and I've got my bottom going here, and then this is a great tape too. This is like a bookbinding tape that's like is really strong that I do like. That when I'm doing pages, like it's almost as good as the red line tape, believe it or not. This is a really good one that I get. Okay, so I've got this. Here we go. I've got tape, and then I'm going to just fold that over, you guys. And again, I have punched my hole here. So then I have a pocket here, which is really nice. So if you like pockets then, and so here is just a tag I had just to show you that I could like put that in there. I can put in, and so I can slide other things in here. Look how cute that is. Or I can like really fun things. So, and then you can also take, I wanted to show how fun is this? Like this is December Daily, right? So how I would do these, again, if my Mega Runner was working better, I'm just going to use a little bit of this tape. In fact, one of the things I always recommend is when you're working with little journaling pieces is I also have like a 1/4, and this way you're not wasting a lot of your adhesive. And so I also will use my sticker maker. I actually decided not to do that on this project, just to do sometimes. So here I go. I've got December Daily. Look how cute that is. And then the other thing that I did on this page, for here you can see, is I just used a regular, this is one of my favorite tips, is I take my large paper clips, and then to give decorations, I will use buttons, you guys, like whatever buttons I have, but I especially like decorative buttons. And then you just slide your button. Here, I'll kind of show you through the hole. Here's the shank. And then look how cute that is. So you have this, and then you'll slide that right on top. And that is how I created my next tag. Isn't that cute? So this paper is in the kit. So that is your next tag. And then I just created another tag right now. Just see, that's how easy it is. Okay, so the next page is so simple, you guys. It's another tag. It's the to and from. And the measurements on these are on your instructions. I don't even think I'm going to go over that because you can kind of tell I just did and then on the back is my day 7. And day 7 was I drove home from the cabin. The beauty of the winter and the mountains brought me joy. So that was number 7. And then my next one is a snowflake. And by the way, the snowflake is 3.5 inches high 3.5 wide by 4.5 Hi. So, but again, you can decide, my day 8, I put, and by the way, the journaling things are really fun if you want to add those, but you don't have to. This was my day 8, which is today, you guys. We're on day 8. So, it's definitely not too late to be adding those. And so this is really nice. If you wanted to, again, you can keep it very simple, or you could take things and really, like your adhesive dots. Like, how cool is that to add those little elements and make it really pretty and blingy if you like that. And I wanted to show some examples that if you really just wanted to use your hole punch, you don't have to add all the things in there if you don't want to. And you could actually make this tag book really fast if you wanted to. Okay, the next page is the tag, and I love this one, you guys. This is the most wonderful time of the year. I did do a gold eyelet in this one, and on the back it says December 9th. I guess today is the 9th. Wow. You're right. And I just talked about, and then I added another little tag on here. So on the back of my tags, not only can you add the journaling, I encourage you to add other little elements that brings joy to you, that you like. And this one is, may your Christmas be merry and bright. The next tag for me was a really fun one, you guys. This one is from my pattern paper. I love this black buffalo paper. And so I made it into a tag. This is 5.5 inches wide by 9 inches tall. And you guys, I just got this like at a party store. And it literally is a fringe. You could create it, but like, isn't that cute? And it's festive. And then on the back side, this is one of the tags from my printable. But look what I did. Instead of like just gluing it down, I only, I folded it back and I made it to where it would open so that when I add my journaling tomorrow, I can add my journaling behind my to from tag. And so that is your tag number 14. And again, as you get your instructions, it'll even make more sense. My next tag was wishing you a joyous holiday. Again, you can color that in. Right now, all of the back of my tags are pretty much plain because I will be journaling every day. So hopefully that makes sense. Now this is really fun. So this is from the PDF. Now this one says Happy Holidays. I've got the fun, really fun long tags here. And so this is 3.5 inches wide and 8.5 inches tall. So notice in my book, if you're noticing, I am doing different measurements. So just because I did 8 inches on one, I changed up. So I just used these tags and I cut them. This made 3 tags from the one PDF. Like, I love that. And guess what? I use this also for my own gifts and you're going to see that later in some of my other videos and workshops that I use these in those. So this is the Happy Holidays. And then what I loved about this is on the back side, I've got it ready for journaling and I did the to and from, another little tag right there. So this is ready because I haven't documented my joy too, but it's going to be really awesome. So the next page, okay, I'm addicted to this one because look how simple. You guys, this is so simple. But when you make a tag book, you want to make it very interactive. So look at this one. This one is actually, there you go. It's 11 inches tall and it is 2.5 inches wide, but then I scored it at 6 inches. Okay, and then look, so then when you fold it over, it is a really fun interactive. So on the day that I journal on this tag, you guys, you can see it'll be kind of hidden on the inside. So that's a really fun way to have hidden journaling. If you like hidden journaling, which I actually love hidden journaling, I think this is a really fun tag to do. And this is tag number 17. So there's a lot of tags in here. So I know I'm going a little fast, but I know that you're going to be able to, when you do this or however, hopefully I've inspired you to make your own 31 Days of Joy. So this one is the red label tag. This is number 18. And just so that you know, I know it's hard at home to kind of know the size. This is 3.5 inches high by about 1.25 wide. So again, you could just go around it, completely up to you. And these are perfect for journaling. and also for your gift giving. So then your next one is, this is an actual tag that is a printout from your PDF. And what I loved about this one is it is so cute. And then I just cut the top to be a tag, and it is sized. This one here is 2 3/4 by 6 1/4 high. So if you have a PDF or whatever, like, look how cute that is. And by the way, sometimes, I think a lot of times we feel like we have to overfill. You do not have to put a photo. You don't have to put anything on there. You could keep this exactly as it is. So for example, when you get it, you can see here, Tammy's awesome. She's handing me things so you can see. It's this tag from this printout. Like, how simple is that? Now, I'm going to be honest, like, I'm going to have a hard time probably covering that. So if I do put something, it's going to be something small, like maybe a photo. You're like, would she stop putting her photo there? It's the one that's handy. But look how cool that is. Okay, so that's your next one. Now, you probably, here you go, the same paper. Like, I'm addicted to holiday tags. So this one is fa la la. And then I also have a ho ho ho. So you would just cut that out. And on the back side, again, I cut out another tag that says, do not open until Christmas. And so you're going to be able to customize this. But like, how cute is that tag? I'm loving that one. That is tag 20, you guys. And by the way, I have 43 tags in here. So if I'm going a little bit faster now, just so that you're not like, you can go back and kind of see. Tag number 21 is the black buffalo paper, but I wanted to show that I actually cut this out twice because I love this print. So the front and the back, I cut it out twice so that it was double-sided. Isn't that cute? Like, I'm loving that. So that's tag number 21. And again, the measurements, you're going to be able to get that if you want the exact measurements after this. This is the cutest. You guys, I am addicted to this image. I think it's so cute, and I wanted to add the double bells. And this is 3 inches wide by about 4 1/4 high. And you can see, again, the back sides are all plain because I have not got to those to journal yet. I hope that this one is helping you to feel the joy and that you love this. Now, the next one is 'Tis the Season, and that is from the sheet. Now, this is a white and black tag, and this is 3.5 inches wide by 8 inches tall. But I wanted to show you something. So what I did is, a lot of the tags in the book, randomly, I took my scissors, and you're going to see that I created the pendant edges. So I just went, and you guys, I'm that girl. I just eyeball it, and I go in from each of the corners, and I go in, and I love this like tag pendant shape. So when you see that in my book, you'll be able to kind of see that that's what I did a lot of. Because I think it just adds a lot of just like, for no cost, it just makes it really cute for your tag book. And so that is paper tag number 24. Now, tag number 25 is 'Tis the Season. Look at how cute this is, you guys. Look how cute this is. It's so cute. I'm not going to put anything on it. I will be journaling on the back. And again, you can cut it down to whatever measurements, or you can do like me, and this is 2.5 inches wide by 6 1/4. I deliberately did each of my tags different sizes, because you're going to go, this is crazy. But that is what gives it so much visual interest. So some tags are bigger, and also you may decide to, like, if you're journaling more on a certain day, you might want to have a larger tag on that day than maybe what I've done. So it's really up to you to kind of like go, what do I want? What am I going to journal that day? And hopefully that will, help you. But for those of you that want the exact measurements, you're going to be able to download this after the class, and you can do it exactly like that. And you can find papers or whatever you want to use for your class kit. Okay, the next page is so cute, you guys. So this is really fun. So I had this. Okay, I have to show this because this was on a new sweater. Yep, the sweater I'm wearing right now. This was, look, you guys, I have to tell you my secret, you guys. I actually took this off the green sweater I'm wearing right now. You can see it even has the gold bobby pin, and I was like, I'm going to use that. And so I tied this on. And so this was the paper in your kit. Look how cute that is. I know Tammy's sitting here going, ooh, ah. Actually, she's probably not. But look how cute that is, you guys. I made it into a foldable by doing this. Was just a really fun way to, let me give you the measurements on this. So you can go like, okay, so this one is 2.5 inches wide, and it was 8 inches. This is 8 inches, but then I folded it in half, and then I punched a hole, and I added this from my sweater I'm wearing. Okay, if you think that's crazy, let me know. But how many of you do that? Just post. You got to let me know if I'm not the only one that's kind of crazy that does things like that. Okay, so that was my next tag. It's double-sided. It's super cute. I'm loving this paper, and hopefully you love it too. It's so cute. Okay, now the next one is I don't know about you, but I love candy canes. I love peppermint a lot. So this black and white tag was perfect. So I just loved how beautiful it was. And I just cut it into the tag shape. And this it's a little bit bigger, so you can tell the tag's a little bit larger. And that is 3.25 wide by 6.25 high. So I just love that. So I'm seeing a lot of you are telling me that you love all the fun little extras and like the no rules, which I think is really fun. So that's your next tag. Now, and then I went another tag that was black and white. This is the black tree. The black, beautiful. I love this tree. And it says Merry Christmas. And then on the back, and notice how I did not cut it into a tag shape. So I did that on purpose so that it really does look, different. And has a whole bunch of different variety in the book. Now, on the back, I have the word Noel. It's a little tag thing here. And you guys, this book gives me so much joy. Like, I can't even tell you how much joy this brings me, because I feel like in life, when we look for things and we are mindful of looking for those things, it really does make a difference. And for me, as I've been looking and saying, I'm looking for the joy and I'm seeking for the joy, hopefully, so this is the shirt that I took that really fun tag off, but I wanted to show that I bought something else recently. And so I just wanted to show like a little tip and trick. So when you get the little elastics, you guys, that come on things, save those. These are perfect for your tags, for little elements. Maybe I'd go a little bit look how cute this is, you guys. So then, for example, this is my next tag. Now this is in your printable, you guys, and it is one of my favorites because I love these big, I call them the large red berry tag paper, right? So this one is so fun, and I just cut it out the exact same size. And then look right here, you're going to take it. I always like to, even if I use elastic, you can make your own elastic, you guys. But hey, if you get it free on something you buy, even better. So I like to pull it in my eyelet. So I pull that in. Here we go. And then I got the loop here. Okay, hopefully you can see that. And then you're going to take it through. Like, tell me that is not cute, right? Is that not cute? And I just added that. And that was from your printable right here. You can see there, like, I love this. And so when you're looking at the prints or whatever you're using, like, isn't it fun just to like add those different elements? And so if in doubt, use it for your project. I know that's kind of crazy, but I love it. So the next one, okay, I'm not going to say how much I love everything, but look at this tag, you guys. Tammy, I love this tag. This is the green wreath. Now, the reason why I wanted to, keep this plain is because how adorable is this? Now, I have to show you. So I have a cute family, but why not put a little photo right there? This is Matt and Kayla. Excuse me. And you can take photos or even little photos and put them inside the wreath. So you can keep the wreath plain, or you can take little photos that you have. Look at this, you guys. I could put a photo. That's my daughter Taylor and Trevor. So you could put a photo in there. So I just wanted to, I'm going to add a photo in mine. And so there you go. So you can just little ideas of adding your photos in those as well. So I love this. So hopefully you can see that. I will do that. So that is my next tag. And that is roughly 3 by 3. And so I love that. Now, the next one is another one. By the way, I think I need to confess that I've used these more than once. So you may go, hey, wait a minute, Teresa. I noticed that you did that tag 1 or 2 times. Confession, I am not a rule follower when it comes to being creative. I'm just not. I'm a rule follower, everything else, but when it comes to being creative, I'm like, if it feels good, if it looks good, if it brings me joy, I'm going to do it. So, yes, I think I've already used this before, but that is your Merry and Bright tag. And I absolutely, not only am I using this for the tag book, but these are going on my gifts and different things that I'm using this year as well. So, there you go. So, the next tag, I simply love this. So if you, I really wanted to show you how you can take a simple sentiment like this, but add something else. So I wanted to show this one in particular. This is the berry tag paper, and this, I called it the 4 red berries with leaves. So this is 3 inches wide by 6 inches tall. And so I just wanted to show how you could take this. Now, if you're like me, you can just, you could glue that down, or you could even staple it down. Usually when I do a tag book and I know the back side, well, there's the tree tag that I put there. I normally don't do too much stapling because I really don't like the look of a stapler when I'm doing that. So, but here I'm just going to take this and kind of show you like a fun way to, take a tag or take what you have and use the sentiments. This is peace and joy, and I'm going to use this double-sided. And I'm going to place this, these would be perfect to add to your gifts as well as the tag book. Isn't that cute? Like, hopefully you're at home going, yes. If not, I understand. But I love this. And so hopefully that speaks to you. I think that's really a fun little way to add the tag. I did add the tree because I love that greenery too. And that's, just a tag on there as well. So my next page was a tag that says love, peace, and joy. And again, I cut it into the pendant shape at the bottom. And I think that is tag number 33, you guys. And it's only like 2 1/4 wide. And it is 4 1/2 inches high, like from the top to the bottom. And so you can kind of, if you like that, like how cute is that? I think it's super adorable. Okay, confession, I already used this, but I'm using it again because I wanted that the joy tag it speaks to me. So this is 2, this one here is about 2 1/4 wide by 6 1/2. So I changed that up. I cut it into the tag shape there. Like how cute is that, right? So super simple. The next one is I like to alternate color and black and white. I think it really makes it pop. So this, I don't know if you can see on here, this is the green tree. This is green, right? And I cut it into the tag shape. I think it's super cute. But, I love this tree, but I decided to show you how to let's give this tree a little pizzazz. So what you can do here, I'm going to zoom in just a little. How cute is this? I wanted to show you how you can take what some would be considered just like a, more of a flat surface, but you guys look at what I'm doing. This is super cute, very random. Okay, you guys, I added balls like with my adhesive right here. Look how cute that is. So I wanted to jazz up this tag, and I just added those little fun things. Maybe you have dots, maybe, it's completely up to you, but I think it's super cute, and I love the dimension that it gives to this tag. Okay, next tag is the 8 snowflakes. They're black and white, and then with the gold tag. This is so super cute. And again, you could color these in if you want, but I really love the simplicity of that. And this one is 2 inches wide. actually, I don't think that is 2 inches wide. Maybe I'm looking at the wrong one. Let me see. I want to make sure that was, oh, I was wrong. It's 3 inches wide. I thought that was right. 3 inches wide by 5.5 inches tall. And so I really love that one. So that is your next tag. And then we have a fun tag that I just basically cut a tag out, the Let It Snow. And I just outlined the shape of the object, which like I did the Santa earlier. And how cute is that? Like, I think it's super cute to have those little small tags mixed with the big tags. And I know that I had already done this next tag. I did Wishing You a Joyous Holiday. I know that I've used this twice, so you may not want to do that. You may not want to. You sure can add it again. It's completely up to you, of course. It's your book. It's your project. One of my favorites is this Nutcracker, you guys. This one is 3 inches wide by 6 1/4. And again, you could completely add an eyelet on it, or you could add just, a hole enforcement. I love this paper here because I got 5 tags from here. You can see I got my cute little, you can see right here that I cut it right here from him. And then you can see I got the tree that we've used, 'Tis the Season, Do Not Open Until Christmas, and we have the thing. So this is really fun because you're able to use so many, I got 6 tags from this one sheet of paper. And I really love doing that. So this is the Nutcracker. I think he's super cute, and you could add more to him again. The other thing that I didn't add, but that I would highly recommend is washi tape. Washi tape, I love so much. Okay, so the next tag is also from this same sheet, you guys. This one is the one that says 'Tis the Season. You can see right here that I cut it from right there. It says 'Tis the Season to and from. So you guys, you can use these for gift tags, but you can also use these as your regular tags as well. I think they're super cute. This one is 3.5 inches wide by 4.5 inches tall. And again, that's why I loved printing only one side, so I could use the back for my journaling. Okay, the next page is tag number 41 is Ho, Ho, Ho. And I absolutely love this. Again, if you're adding photos, you have so much room in this, and I literally had to stop myself from adding photos because I knew it would be harder for me to teach and for you maybe to visualize it, but I am definitely going to be adding my photos. This is the large tag that says Do Not Open Until Christmas, and I put that on the back side of Ho Ho Ho. Super, super cute. And then, oh my gosh, I'm addicted to this paper. I need to know, you got to comment if you love this paper because I'm so addicted. So I call this on the instruction sheet my foliage paper. This is a large tag. It is 5 inches wide by 8 inches tall. And I cut it into the tag shape. And then on the back, it just has this cute little tag that says To and From. May your Christmas be merry and bright. Look at the cute little candy cane. I just think it's super cute. And you guys, I am to the last page. The last page is double-sided. And one is the tree that's the exact same tree from your cover. I cut out, and on the back side, inside back side is the black trees, and on the back side is the green tree that matches all of that. So you guys, that was, look, it looks like we're at about an hour and 20 minutes or so. That is the project. And as you can see, like when I told Tammy I was going to teach this, I said, this is a lot of project. And it looks really not complicated, but looks like a lot. And it is a lot of tags. I've got 43 plus tags in this book. But what I really love about it is that it's easy. It's, small enough that you can flip through it and that you can like document everyday joy. So the last thing I want to say before I close up tonight's workshop and this 31 Days of Joy workshop class is I want you to look at the things that bring you joy. And sometimes it's just writing that list. And maybe you don't want to do 31 days. Maybe you just want to document those daily things of gratitude, of, what sparks that magic within you. And so I hope that in some way I sparked that for you with this class, with this workshop, and for the classes that I'm going to continue to share and teach and do. And if you continue to watch this here or on YouTube, just know that at the at-home event, we have so many more amazing projects that we're going to be doing here. Oh, my messy drawers open. Gotta love that. The reality of what it is. But I really hope that you are finding that peace, that comfort, that abundance in your life. So if you are joining me tomorrow for more virtual at-home event with me, we are starting off tomorrow with, I want to say it's gift tags. Is that what I'm doing? I think so. In the morning, the schedule is on my website, and we will be posting those links. And I will also, like I said, not only will you be able to see them on my Facebook, but they will also be on my YouTube channel as well. So I hope you have a great night, and I will see you in the morning. Hopefully you will be here. If you enjoyed this project, please let me know. If you want the instructions, they will be linked right after this, and you'll be able to see it down below the video here, and you'll be able to grab those, download it, and do it. And more so, I hope you will join me on Facebook. I have a Teresa Collins VIP page where you can post your project, and you can share and share what you're doing. Share your joy. Anyway, I love you so much, and I cannot wait to see you, and I will see you later. Bye, everybody. Good night.